Gadi. This is the story of today's coming sequence is Parashuram. I am following the Bhagavatam first canto. The incarnations listed in the 3rd chapter. Generally people know of only 10 incarnations, but here it talks about more than 20. Because it didn't call an orderly different kind of incarnation. Parashuram is generally in the list people know of. So his name, how do you pronounce? Gadi. Daughter named Satyavati. This also, Mahabharata also was Satyavati, no? Ananda Satyavati, whom Bhishma's father wanted to marry. Correct? Satyavati. Anyway, Ananda Satyavati here. Is she there? Close the door. Okay. And sage Richika wanted to marry this Satyavati. Sometimes here it starts. And then what happens? The king Gadi says, okay, this is a Brahmana trying to marry a Kshatriya. And this is the root of all the thing which happens now. The two stories emanate from this. One is the story of Parashuram, other is of Vishwamitra from this past time. So sage Richika wanted to marry the king's daughter. Previously they were well trained. A Brahmana doesn't mean by birth, by quality will be a Brahmana. It will come. And Kshatriya is another nature. Brahmana nature is to forgive. It's very pure, peaceful. And Kshatriya nature is to punish the miscreant. So now what happens is that we have an example of Richika. He goes to the king Gadi, says, I want to marry your daughter. So the king's not very keen. So he says, okay, get me 1,000 horses with one black spot in the ear. Something like that. But says Richika was very powerful. He went to Varuna and Varuna gave him. He went to the Devata. Devata gave him. He gave the dowry, reverse dowry, man giving dowry. And he could marry. When he married that Satyavati, he was very powerful, and then she said, can you do some homa, something. So I want to have a nice son. He said, okay. So he did some worship to the Lord, and he created 2 prasada. One because her mother also said, I want the mother of the Satyavati. She said, I also want to have a son through my husband. Who is the husband? Gadi. But this, I want a good son. So, you can give some prasadam. So, I'll be blessed to have a very good son. And the wife said, you give me prasadam, I'll have a very good son. And he'll be a Brahmana son, a Kshatriya. See what happens? Wife gets the dharma of the husband. If the wife, always it will be whoever, the husband. The husband is Brahmana because she is assisting him in Brahminical work. So she also is considered a Brahmana. So even though she was born to a Kshatriya, Gadi, but still she is considered a Brahmana now because she is serving Richika, who was a great Brahmin sage. So now what happens was, now they get 2 prasadam, one to blessing to have a Brahmana son and one Kshatriya. And one gadbad happens here which leads to 2 big problems in the history. One is Parashuram, one is Vishwamitra. The gadbad is what? The mother of, somebody was joking. I mixed up, I thought mother-in-law. I said, mother-in-law, nobody will share. Mother, okay. So here it is Satyavati. So Satyavati's mother feels that, she must, because generally people are very affectionate to the wife. You have got special prasada. You give me that. You take mine. So she didn't know what has happened actually, because he had done special yagna. They didn't know Brahmin Kshatriya what he has done. They just wanted a good child. But here, they mixed up their prasada. And now something happens, is that when he comes, Richika had gone for a bath and he comes back. It's Krishna's arrangement. When he comes back, his wife says, sorry, we did this, we mixed up and we ate. So what have you done? You didn't know. For you was a blessing to have a Brahmin son. You are my wife. Now you are a Brahmin. And for your mother was to have a Kshatriya son. You mixed up this. And this son will be a very ferocious Kshatriya. It will not fit for his job. She said, please, please, I don't want my son to be a Kshatriya. I want him to be a Brahmana. He said, whatever it is, it cannot undo the puja that has happened. So your grandson will be a Kshatriya. The son was born. We will follow one straight now today. Next time, some other time, Vishwamitra, who was known as Jamadagni, who was a Brahmin, very pure Brahmana, as expected, because training used to be so good. Generally, just like, say, a doctor. In a doctor's home, the training is such, children tend to become doctors. Generally. It's not a rule. Generally. Because the whole culture is same. So, same way, now here, and the training is in a house of a Brahmin. So, Jamadagni was a wonderful Brahmin. But, Jamadagni had many sons. And what is the name of the wife of Jamadagni? Renuka. The Jamadagni had many sons. Anybody knows the story? Jamadagni had many sons, and the youngest was Ram or Parashuram. Okay. Parashu, I think, refers to his that Khadga. So now what happens is that Parashuram was in the house, and his father is there, and there now appears one personality called Kartavirarjuna. Kartavirarjuna was worshipper of Dattatreya. You must have heard about one more incarnation, Dattatreya. Now Dattatreya, by the blessing of Dattatreya, Kartavirarjuna had 1,000 arms. Like Ravana had 10 heads, some special blessing. Now he is somebody with 1,000 arms. And this Kartavirarjuna once had a tiffle with Ravana, and he bound Ravana. He was so powerful. Not an ordinary person. He arrested Ravana. So, he was bathing in the river, and Ravana came there, and he was with his arms put the river back, reverse. So Ravana wasn't to put inconvenience. He came to fight. He arrested him. It shows that he was very, very powerful. Some city called Mahishmati, where he arrested Ravana. Now, next what happens is that this Kartavirarjuna, once very powerful king and extremely opulent, blessed, but materially blessed, became proud. Now, he is the first person to make mistake. All the three will make mistake now. Kshatriya should not become so proud. Kshatriya's business is to protect innocent people. Shat trayate. Protect innocent people from injury. That's the business. He forgot his business, became very proud. So proud, he came to the place of Jamadagni. Jamadagni is father of Parashuram. Therefore, sometimes Parashuram is called Jamadagni. We mispronounce and confuse it. Don't. Just like Pandu, Pandavas. Dhritarashtra, Dhartarashtra. Kunti, Kaunteya. So you can derive the name Jamadagni, Jamadagni. Vasudeva, Vasudeva. That is more near. Okay? So Jamadagni, Jamadagni. So Jamadagni is who? The father of Parashuram. Very saintly Brahmana. All the three people will make mistake now. Jamadagni, Parashuram, and Kartavirarjuna. So Kartavirarjuna became a little proud. And he came to the ashram of Jamadagni. You know the story, Mataji? You know the story. Bhagavatam. So he came to the ashram of Jamadagni, and what did he do? He said, can you give me some food? And Jamadagni had something with him. What was that? Who knows the story? Surabhi. He had a Surabhi cow. So he got from Surabhi as much milk and all made in ghee. He gave them a lot of items. Surabhi can actually supply anything. And his, king is not alone. King has ministers, soldiers, bodyguards, who entrench. He fed them pakwans. He got a little envious. And what did he do? He asked him, what? Give me your Surabhi. He said, I need this, yaar. This Surabhi is giving me milk to do the yagnas, ghee for the yagna. I need it for my daily, puja. And without the permission of Jamadagni, he dragged the cow away. Parashurama comes back home. He is not there at this time. He comes back home, comes to know. So first offense done by Kartavirarjuna. Now look at this person, Parashuram. He is born now, with the Kshatriya mentality. He's not a Brahmana mentality. Without the permission of his father, he becomes furious and angry because he's Kshatriya. He's now, Kshatriya cannot handle insult. Brahmana would have forgiven. He should not have done it, okay. He becomes furious like a Kshatriya. take his astras, Kadaga and other thing, attacks the soldiers of Kartivirarjuna about to enter the city. He sees him in the fury like a lion. He becomes scared. He sends all his soldiers, elephants, everything. He slaughters everything. 17 Akshaonis. He eliminates in no time. Mahabharata, 18 Akshaoni only fought. Just imagine the size of the army. He alone annihilates. So Bhagavatam says he was fighting the speed of mind. You understand speed of mind? That's why I could understand Maharathis, how they were fighting 1,000 people. By the time 1,000 people, they lift their weapon, they cut their hands. They're so they fast very, and they have Divya Vastras also. So anyway, he has one Khadaga, the chopper of Parashuram, and tuck, 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 tuck. Before the act, he has finished their whole army. And then he attacks Kartivirarjuna, comes out to fight with him. He is also very proud. Cuts all his hands off. And then he cuts his head, kills him. Now what is the mistake done by Parashuram? Disproportionate punishment. You don't have to kill somebody for stealing a cow. There was no need to kill him for that. Disproportionate. And then he comes his father, tells, Father, I did it. Khatam. Father, my God, you annihilated whole army and killed the king for an offense of taking the cow. It's not good, my dear son. This is too much. Brahmanas, then he tells him. He doesn't know what all has happened. His father, what is the name of the father? Jamadagni's father. I just told you, no? Richika. Take care. Don't forget. What is the name of the wife of Jamadagni? Renuka. Remember everything. Then you can repeat the story somewhere. And then, you can tell the children. I don't know, children can understand. It's heavy for them. And then what happened now? The mistake has been done by, now two people have done mistake. Now Jamadagni will do mistake. Once what happens, now after this all has happened, Jamadagni's wife goes to take bath in the water. No, not bath. She's gone to collect some water from river for puja at home. Just like you go to river Ganges and collect some water. There Gandharva is there, associated with his wives and all. And Gandharvas are extremely handsome. Like they're almost like the heavenly bodies. Gandharvas are not, little less. But they're known for good singing and all that. Extremely handsome body. And her wife, slightly unchastity comes. She gets little attracted. She didn't know anything. Just finds him handsome. And she delays little, watching all Gandharva bathing with this, beautiful woman and all. And she comes, is late for the puja. And the husband, Jamadagni, is very powerful. He had a Surabhi cow. He is powerful. He knows what has happened. And he tells his sons, kill. This is an unchaste woman. Kill her. This is too serious a punishment. So now he is polluting himself. Now he is going to get punishment for that. The next, Parashurama knows, my father is so powerful. Even if I kill the mother, I can then ask and revive her. He can revive her. So he says, Parashuram said, okay, tell me, father, what to do. First kill all my sons who disobeyed me. Then kill your mother. Your mind is polluted. He killed everybody. Then he was very happy. He said, now what do you want? He said, bring them alive. So he brings them alive. So he was correct. But offense is not committed by Jamadagni. Too serious a punishment for a very small thing. You see, all are going to make mistake. And this what happens is that now the sons of Kartivirarjuna, he had some 1,000 sons, were very angry because somebody just came, slaughtered the father and went away. Correct? So they wanted a revenge. So they now, at this point, Jamadagni asks Parashuram that, you killed the whole army. You should go for some Tirth Yatra. You've done a great sin by doing such a thing. He says, okay. So he goes to holy places, and on the way, during this time, what happens? The sons of Kartivirarjuna come to the house to take revenge. He killed our father, we'll kill his father. They come, and the mother Renuka is crying, Rama, Rama, Parashurama, please come. They cut his head and take the head and run away of Jamadagni. You see, mistake after mistake. Started with Kartivirarjuna's mistake. Now, and the whole city, because you're such a great saint, the whole city is polluted now because you've done a great sin. And they take the head and go away. And now Parashurama hears the cries of his mother, comes running, and he sees what has happened. Now it decides to destroy all the Kshatriyas, not one. All the Kshatriyas 21 times he does it. That's what is famous, Kshatriya. Because actually it was true. Just like Ravana, when he stole wife of Lord Rama, it became like clear punishment has to be done. But Lord Rama had anyway come to punish Ravana, correct? He had already taken incarnation just to punish Ravana. But it became a case. So this became a case, and now Parashurama slaughtered the whole Kshatriyas of this, all the sons of Kartavirarjuna, and he continued. Because the Kshatriyas always should be obedient to the Brahmanas. Brahmanas guide. Kshatriya want power. Anybody wanting money or power is a polluted person, is a dangerous person for the society. True? So he has to be controlled. So Brahmana used to control the Kshatriyas. Kshatriya used to control the Vaishyas. Vaishya used to control the Shudras. Therefore peace is there. Because finally, even though I may have a wrong tendency, I am under control of a pure person, better person. Got it? Kshatriya want power. Vaishya want money. Shudra want to sleep. All are controlled by higher section. Finally, what you want? So Brahmana are pure, they want knowledge, and Kshatriyas are not killed, but they are used. Vaishyas are not killed, they are used. Shudras are not killed, they are also used. Correct? You got it? They have some limitation, they are engaged, under control. Now Kshatriyas, when they come out of the control of the Brahmanas, it becomes a society like we have today. It becomes a disaster. And that's what happens. So the Parashurama kills all the Kshatriyas 21 times. In no time he does it. Makes some 9 lakes with the blood. Recently in Dhaka, you saw the picture, it was viral. In Bangladesh, the capital Dhaka, they slaughtered animals. In fact, I didn't want to share in my this thing, but it is so bad. So many people shared it. In the main market, the slaughtered animals, and the rain came, it became a river of blood. Wait, reaction will come. Anyway, the country is suffering, get more reaction. The heavy reaction. They got it. Nepal also, every year they do that. As if Hindus don't do, they also do. They also have some function the day. I think someday they do. They cut the animals and the blood they throw on their vehicles and house. They consider it very auspicious. And I have stayed there in Kathmandu that time. You cannot sleep the previous night. Every house, animal cries are coming. Previous night, they're all. Next morning, all are slaughtered in lakhs. So wait, nice earthquake came. Whole country was finished. Somebody said it's a reaction for what they do. You cannot escape. The reaction will come. Therefore, the moral, let me finish the story before we discuss the moral. Now next what happens? Parashurama finishes Kshatriya and he comes back home, bringing the head of his father. And now medical science has not done. They're trying to do. Transplanting, they've been talking about it, transplanting one head to another head. So he did that. He put the head and it's put on a cushion. The other details they don't mention because you cannot understand. Just like, Duryodhan also 100 children was the womb which was put into 100 parts. Theoretically, yes, it is possible. Theoretically, but medical science, nobody has done it, correct? If you have a cell, you can create a whole living entity from that theoretically. From one stem cell, you can create the, correct? What do you say? Theoretically, it is true, but nobody has done it. But he did on pots. And ghee is rasayana pure. And some details are mentioned, but not all details. They knew the technology. Today, we don't have the full technology. They're not Buddhas. But just by knowing their language, you can know they're very intelligent. Today, if you suppose want to make Sanskrit the mother tongue for public and speaking, it's not easy. You need minimum some IQ to learn this language. It's not such a joke language. It's a very beautiful language. Other languages are, no grammar. Here so many rules are there. Grammatical rules, rules of pronunciation. You cannot just speak slang in Sanskrit. The same way, we can appreciate it's sort of great advanced culture. They had various technologies. So he brought back his father to life. Okay? And then his father requested him, he go for, he threw all his weapons then. And he went to various places, holy places. Therefore they say, here also they say, but it mentions some other mountain range where he goes to throw his weapons. Mahindra. This is not Mahindra Parvat. So they maybe, but sometimes, just like Lord Narsimha, after the pastime, visited many places. They say Melkote also said he came. If you went to Mayapur, he says came. Here also there is a pastime of the Lord to wash his hands. Tirupati. Maybe the Lord can go many places. Similarly, Parashuram visited many places. And he can simultaneously do also activities. They say here also he threw his weapons. the near Pajaka. Correct. The Lord's pastime can be many times. Sometimes the different kalpas, it can be done different because these incarnations are happening many times. So maybe the pastime happened one kalpa here, one kalpa that time. Because many times they come, these incarnations. Either ways we can take it. Sometimes it is parallelly done, just like Lord Chaitanya disappeared into the deity of Jagannatha, also the deity of Gopinath. So sometimes Prabhupada says it can be simultaneously also happen. Lord can do that, two places also. So anyway, now let us understand the moral of the story. What is the moral of the story? Prabhupada says be very careful. You may be Jamadagni. You may be Karth. Let us start. You can be Karth, Kshatriya like Karthavira Arjuna. You may be Jamadagni or even Parashuram. You will have to pay for every act. You have to be very, very careful. You cannot take for granted. You'll have to pay for the act. So let us be very careful in our spiritual life and peacefully practice Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki, Parashuram ki.